All right, so now we're going to go ahead and talk about setting the appointments. So the first three pieces that we're going to be talking about here is setting expectations, setting date and time, and test close. All right, so let's go ahead and get into setting expectations. So let's go ahead and try and visualize this. So let's say you're going on a blind date and your friends told you that that person looks like Katy Perry here. So you show up on the date, and she looks a little bit more like this woman here on the right. So setting expectations is very important. So the worst thing that you can really do is set the wrong expectation. You can really spoil everything by doing this. All right, so we're going to be talking about the plan. We're going to talk about the language to use. We're going to be talking about their drive to the appointment. So for the plan, so you need to lay out the plan for them. You need to make sure that you set the expectations. You need to tell them when, and you need to tell them how. You need to tell them, when you show up, this is what we're going to do. We're going to walk around the house. We're going to take some pictures. Then we're going to sit down and have a conversation. We'll go through some of the documents. And we're going to make sure that everything is as we've discussed. So you want to lay it out for them so that they're emotionally prepared. And this is also going to help to ease some of their anxiety. So for the language that you're going to be using, you're going to keep it pretty assumptive. And so again, we're trying to keep that expectation that we are closing. So this is the point where you just really want to get down to business. You want to be talking about closing. You don't really want to focus on anything else at this point. So let's talk about their drive to the appointment. So the way to visualize this is on their way to the appointment, we kind of want to imagine what it is they're thinking about, what they're talking about. So obviously something that I would want them to be talking about is that they are going to close, that they want to get this price, and they want to be done with everything. They're excited to get the process going. And I want them talking about how they're going to actually spend the money they're going to make. I want them talking about the trip that they're taking with that money. I want them talking about what they're going to do as soon as it closes. What I don't want them to talk about is whether or not they think they're going to get the right price, whether or not they're going to take my offer and go shop it, things like that. So I try to talk about things as if they're already done. Again, this is just use of language, but I always talk about things in the future tense. So for example, I'll kind of say that, yeah, we'll go ahead and get this signed, we'll get it all set up for you, get this over to escrow. All I need is just to get the keys. I'll just throw the keys in the lockbox there, so all that kind of stuff.